Someone recently asked me for a simple yet tasty recipe for chicken drumsticks, and my answer to that is these hot honey chicken drumsticks. You guys are gonna love how easy this recipe is, and also that it's not your typical dry spice rub. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a good spice rub, but sometimes you just want something a little bit different, and this recipe delivers on that spicy, hot, and sweet flavor. These chicken drumsticks are perfect for any kind of game night or party, and they're easy to serve up on a big platter, but they're also equally delicious to enjoy for any weeknight meal with your favorite sides. So let me show you how to make them. To get started, we'll mix two things, the hot honey sauce and the dry rub. For the hot honey sauce, add 3 tablespoons of honey to a small bowl along with 2 tablespoons of hot sauce. You can use any variety of hot sauce that you prefer, from a mild Cholula with a slight smokiness to a yellowbird sriracha with spicy and tangy flavor, and everything in between, including a traditional Tabasco with sharp, spicy heat. It's really up to you. Then add 1 tablespoon of fresh lime juice for a punch of acidity. Stir that all together until it's well blended and then set it aside. Now for the dry rub, you'll add 1 teaspoon of kosher salt to a small bowl along with 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, and then stir that together. For the main ingredient, you'll need 10 chicken drumsticks for this recipe, and I got these really meaty drumsticks at my local market, so I was pretty happy about that. Add those to a large mixing bowl and then sprinkle the dry rub seasoning on top. Dig in with your hands and toss that chicken around until all of the pieces are well coated in the seasoning. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper and make sure to not forget this step to help with easy cleanup. Add the chicken to the baking sheet, and I just alternate the direction of each piece so that they all fit, and then bake them in a preheated 400-degree Fahrenheit oven for 20 minutes. This helps to seal in that dry rub seasoning before we brush on the hot honey sauce. After 20 minutes, and I do recommend setting a timer for all of these steps, brush some of that hot honey sauce on top of each chicken drumstick. Cook the chicken for another 10 minutes, then pull the baking sheet out and coat the chicken with another round of sauce. Once that's done, you'll cook the chicken for another 10 minutes, and you don't need to flip the chicken drumsticks over at all, as the sauce dribbles down the chicken and coats the underside as well. But if you want to rotate the baking sheet during this process because you happen to notice one side may be cooking a bit faster, you can go ahead and do that as well. With the leftover sauce, brush the chicken one last time, then cook for another 3 to 5 minutes. So all in all, you'll cook the chicken for about 40 to 45 minutes, or when an instant read thermometer reads 175 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you'd like to crisp up the skin, you can always turn on your top broiler for a minute or two. Though do keep an eye on them as they can darken quite quickly. Once they're done, they'll have this beautiful golden color and a little bit of singed sauce on the parchment paper, but that's totally fine because you can then just toss that out. I'm letting mine cool down for a few minutes today because these are plenty spicy enough from the ingredients, so I also don't need them extra hot in temperature from the oven. And if you're serving them up for dinner, game night, or some other gathering, you can place them on a plate and then squeeze some fresh lime juice on top. I also like to garnish the plate with fresh lime slices to give a nod to that zesty, sweet, and spicy flavor. These hot honey chicken drumsticks are anything but boring, so if you're looking for an easy yet impressive drumsticks recipe, I think this one's a winner. And I'm now ready for a juicy bite myself. I am hungry and ready to dig into one of these sticky bad boys. So good. Ooh, little kick of heat. This is a meal you're just gonna get sticky, but you have to pick them up and just eat them like this. So You just kind of have to go with it. Now, I will say if you want to tone down the heat a little bit, because at least for me, there is quite a bit of kick of spice, you can leave the chili powder off on the dry rub, or you could reduce the amount of hot sauce in the marinade as well, if you would like it a little bit sweeter and a little less spicy. Also, the type of hot sauce that you use makes a difference as well. So whether you're gonna use more of a mild, a hot, a sriracha, all of the different options when it comes to hot sauces. Use obviously what you are used to and what your favorite is, because that's the flavor that's gonna come out in this chicken. In terms of storage, I don't think you're gonna have any leftovers of these if you're serving them for a big group of people, especially a big group of guys. But if you do happen to have leftovers, you can store them in the fridge for about 3 to 4 days, or in the freezer for up to 3 months. Just make sure to put some parchment paper between any layers if you're stacking them so that they don't stick together. I hope you guys enjoyed today's drumsticks recipe, and if you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. And after you make it, I can't wait to hear your review and what you think about this recipe. Make sure to go over to the website and give it a 5-star review. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.